Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS links, and right now we'll be discussing about using 4 CSS links states. We are going to be talking about this this is the part 2 of the series where we discuss about the link states, the CSS link states. And right now we are going to be discussing about the hover status, and we are going to be talking about the active status. The hover status, don't you forget again, I want you to note this right here. The offer must come after a link and a visited link. So, and also the active also must come after what? After a hover. So I'm going to show you how all this works now. In our previous tutorial, we have discussed about a link and also a visited link. But right now we want to talk about the hover link and also the active link. So the first one we need to specify is the hover link. So let's get to our document and do something nice. This is what we got right here. This is what we got in our previous tutorial where we discussed about the link and the visited link. When we talk about the visited link, we discussed that a link is just this one. This default one you are seeing right here is a link, but when you click on it like this is having what? A visited link right now, because we have clicked on it. But right now we want to specify the hover. The hover status is the one, like when we drag our mouse on it like this without clicking it, it's going to show us something. So now let's go and specify that. So immediately after our visited link, and we have clicked, don't forget this is coming in this kind of dimension, so it must follow these rules. A link, after a link, then you can have a visited link. After a visited link, you are going to have a hover link. So let me specify a hover link. Hover. Inside this hover link, I'm going to give it a color also. Color, I just want to give it a color. Let me give it let me give it color white again. I don't want to change the color, but when I want to give it background color, I can give it another background color. I can give it let's give it a green. Let's give it green color. When I save my document now, don't let me give it green color, let me give it purple color. Yes, I love purple right here, so purple can help us here. So when I save my document now and reload, I'm going to see what will happen. Let's reload our document. Can you see our document now? It's still on the if you follow us in our previous tutorial, we are having a visited link already because we have already clicked it in our previous tutorial. But right now we want to hover on it to see maybe the hover status is also working. So let's carry our mouse on it now. Can you see? Wow, it's working. So when we drag our mouse on it like this, now we are seeing that the color is changing now. This is the third what? The third state out of the four link states I'm talking about. You can check every tutorial concerning this in our CSS links playlist to be able to follow along easily. This is the third state. When you hover on it like this, it's going to change to whatever property you specify inside here. So inside here, when I hover on it, I want to do some other things. You can do any other thing also. So let's say for instance I want to give it a border. I just want to do something so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Let's give it let me give it 5 pixels solid red. So I'm going to give it 5 pixels solid red. Let's reload our document now. Now let me hover on it again. Can you see? Now can you see the border is right here now? Can you see? So I'm going to show you more thing, how you can understand what I'm doing very well. Let me give it green right here. When I give it a green, I reload my document. When I reload the document now, you are going to see when I hover on it. Can you see? Now we are having border of green behind it. Can you see? This is the third status of what? And when you click on it, it's going to, when you come back on it, you are going to see it's going to turn to black. So let's say in our previous video where we discussed about the visited, you can check our playlist on that, so you can be able to understand how the visited works also. Let me change the visited to pink. Maybe it's going to fine. If it's fine, it's normal, but it's not fine. No, I don't like this. Let me just bring it back to black. Let me just leave it like that in black status. So and also we have another thing to, one more step to go. The other step right here is the active status. The active status is when you click on this. Let's say I click on it like this. Can you see? When I click on it, I'm still be able to drag it all around because I've not released my mouse from it. Can you see the way I'm dragging it all around? So this active status, the way I want it to look when I click on it like this, before I release my mouse. You understand? That is the main way you can understand the active status. So now let me give it active status. Now to give it an active status, you are going to give it a colon what active. So giving it active, let's give it color also. And I love the color white right here. Color white again. After the color white, I want to give it what I want to give it background color of what? Background color of let me check, deep pink. Yes, I'm giving it deep pink. No, I think I'll use something like pink. Let me give it red. Yes, background color of red. Let me just give it red so you guys can see how it works. So when I reload my document now, let me scroll on it. Can you see when I'm on it like this? I've not clicked it, I'm just hovering over it. But when I click on it like this without removing my mouse, let me just left click. Can you see when I left click, the red background is showing right now? So if you want to change the border also, you can change it, but right now I love only the background is the one I want to change, so that's why the background only is there now. So when I release my mouse now, can you see it's coming to this welcome back place? Can you see? So when you hover on it, another status happen. When you click left click on it, another something happen, which is the background color of red that we specify. And when you release it again, something again can happen. So it took you to the place. So that's how, let's say when you hover on it and now click it, can you see when you click on it like this, can you see you are going to see it's going to turn to background of red. Can you see immediately when you hover on it? Can you see this one? When you click it, can you see? So now let me now arrange it so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about easily. So as you can see, we have used all the four status from the link. So the first status, let's say for instance now we want it to have background color of white. So let's give it white and give it the text, give our text black color. So that is the first status. Let's reload our document and see what we got. Now this is not going to work right now because we have already visited the link. Now let me go and remove the visited link. Let me change this link to f5 or file 4. Let me just give it file 3.html. Let me copy the link. Let me go and create this kind of file. Inside here, right here, you can check our, let me rename this one to file3.html. This is the link we are coming to, and this is what is inside it. Let me show you what is inside it, and this is what is inside it. Can you see this welcome back and what akorede ayofe? This is what is inside it. Let me close it. So now let's reload our document. Can you see now we are having what? We are having click me. When I hover on it, can you see? So when I hover on it, I want to change the status again. Let me come back to our document now. When I hover on it, this is the hovering. So when I hover on it, I want to change the background color to what? We are having white. Let me give it black. Let me change the background color to black. After changing the background color to black, I can remove this border. I don't want this border right now. So let's reload our document now. Now let me hover on it now. Can you see the background color turn to black? And again, I want to click it. So when I click it, I want it to take me to somewhere. This is having what? The click me status is having what? Is having red background. So when I click it, it's going to turn to red. So that's it. So let me click it. Can you see? When I click it, it's turned to red. Can you see? When I click it now, can you see? It's red. It's red because it's red status. We gave the active status. The active status is when you click on it, and the last, not the least, status is visited. The visited status is we want to turn it to what? We want to turn the visited status to green. So green. So that's all. So let's give the visited status green. Let's reload our document now. Can you see? Now it's having green because we have already visited the link. So now let me bring back these things again to another, and also we can do more to this, but I'm going to be showing you more things we can do to it. Let me change this file to file 4. So I change the name of this file to file 4, and I'm going to come to my code right here so that I can perform this one again so you guys can see. Let me rename this to file 4 and save my document. So first thing we want to have in our document now is that our background is going to have white. The second background is going to have green. The first background is going to have white. Then when we hover on it, it's going to have black. When we click on it, it's going to have red. And when after we have already clicked on it, it's going to have green. So that, let's just see what we have now. It's going to come like white, black, red, green. So white, black, red, green. Now let's reload our document now. Can you see the background right now is white? So let's hover on it. Can you see the background right now is black? So let me click on it. Can you see the background color is right now is red? When I release my mouse now, can you see when I come back, can you see the background color is now green? That's the default status of your link. So you should be aware of that. So everything, if you don't understand something or you are confused, I will advise you guys to watch this full playlist in deep details so that you can be able to understand how I got all these things in a reasonable manner, so you guys can be able to be confident. Anytime you want to use it, make sure you watch this CSS links playlist to be able to understand it in more in depth, in more details. So I don't think I have much to say right here again, because we have discussed about a lot of things in our HTML tutorial also. If you don't know anything about links, you can just check our HTML link playlist also to be able to understand how we specify the HTML link and all that. So that's what I have for you guys today. And what akorede ayofe is my name once again. And before we go, let me show you something now. Let's say for instance now the order is somehow rearranged. Maybe this active now is coming immediately after your link right here. It's not going to work again. Let me show you. Let's reload our document now. The active, let's go and click it. Can you see when I click on it, it's just showing me black instead of showing me red. So yeah, and that definitely is not working nicely. So the active, unless you carry the active, you remove it from that place, you place it back at the very last page right here. When I save my document now, I reload, I go to this, the active is going to work. Let me click on it now. Can you see the red is working? So you should be aware of that. It should follow this line, it should follow this arrangement. Firstly, we are having a dot link, a colon link. The second is a colon visited. The third one is a colon hover, and the fourth one is a colon active. And what akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.